Right Nation. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in. My name is Law Nation, L-A-W Nation. This is Victory Monday. It's good. It feels good, right? Cowboys started the season off 0-1. The sky was falling. Everything was just going to the wayside, right? And then this second week of the season, it started off really bad. And it pretty much, the Cowboys never held the lead at all in this particular game until the last final seconds, literally. Final seconds. So that's why you play through the echoes of the whistle. So, and that's how you play through the four quarters. And that's what they did. They played the entire game. But I have to bring this to attention. Cowboys, yes, we defeated the Atlanta Falcons. I'm going to get in front of this thing because I'm already going to hear people saying, well, the Cowboys beat an 0-1 team. They never beat a team that's above 500 and these sorts of things. Well, that was a good team when we faced them. We can't control our schedule. It was a good team when we faced them and we battled. Everybody knows that we battled. It started off very sloppy. The first quarter, basically before the 6 minutes of the first quarter, we had over 3 fumbles. Over 3 fumbles. Somewhere along those lines. And it was a short field. Looking at the tape, it was a short field. And the Atlanta Falcons capitalized off of it. Was Dak Prescott the best thing since sliced bread? No, but he's a battler. He battled all the way through this thing. Shout out to Dalton Schultz. Appreciate him for doing his thing, stepping it up. Now, he did play basketball with the football one time, but also he scored a touchdown. So he made up for that epic mistake there. But that goes to show you that life is an example of that game. You got to continue to fight. You can't fold up like a wallet or a lawn chair. And you got to figure out, what do I need to do best? Or what do I need to do better at? Atlanta Falcons had everything in their willpower and control to win that game. But they dropped it. On the onside kick, the hypnotized mind of football was just spinning. It was spinning. And they was all looking at it saying, we practicing social distance. We don't want to touch it. Newsflash. Atlanta Falcons, all you had to do is bum rush the football. As soon as it leaves the kicker's foot or what have you. You had every chance and opportunity to wait and pause for a second and then attempt to attack the football. Be aggressive. But that goes to show you that coaching plays a major role in that. You can blame it on COVID. You can blame it on this and that. Nevertheless, the Cowboys was victorious. Why? Because they played hard. And on top of that, I think that games like this builds a stronger relationship, not just with the coaches to the players, but to the players to each other, knowing that they got a dogfight and they can be in any game if they focus their mind to it. Let me repeat, they can be in any game if they focus their mind to it. And I love the fact that this team is right there. Will we win the Super Bowl today? Will we win the Super Bowl tomorrow? No, it's too soon to say. So what we got to do now is establish something. Every team that we have faced is different from the previous team, but at least if we can establish some type of continuity and rapport. Oh, shout out to Brandon Knight. He did a wonderful job, too. Can't leave his name off the list. But right now, let's talk about accreditation. Accreditation, I always say this, invalidation is only good for parking. I know a lot of people are looking at Dak Prescott collective body of work, and I'm still seeing people saying, well, he didn't do a lot. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. Well, I come here to tell you guys that 99.9% of the quarterbacks that was faced with the type of situations that Dak Prescott was in don't win those games. In the history of football, the record of playing against a situation, being down by those points, looking at the collective score of everything, was a team that never went in those type of adversities. So I will say this. This is something that Dak Prescott can build upon. Also, when you think about it, 4 touchdowns, 1 with his arm, 3 with his legs. no matter how you look at it, I was telling people all last year and the year before that those points count. Whether he threw it in with the pass or he run it in with those Mississippi State legs. All points count. We can't just be, okay, this quarterback's supposed to throw it in and nitpick because he didn't throw it in with his arm. There's nobody that will say, well, since he ran it in, let's give him 3 points. No, it counts just the same. And if you can keep the opposing team, the opposition, not keying in on certain situations because they all focusing on Ezekiel Elliott, who had a hell of a game. A lot of the stuff that Ezekiel Elliott did would never show up on the stat sheets, would never be brought up in the history of time unless you watch the film, because blocking does not show up on the stat sheet. Ezekiel Elliott, he's one of the MVPs of this game. I'll give the MVP to Ezekiel Elliott. Why, Law? Because, man, he stepped into the gauntlet of the blitzing. The gauntlet of pass protection, pass pro. He was there. Ezekiel Elliott, the main man Elliott. Oh, I got to give, another key to the victory to C.J. Goodwin. Man, now he did drop the pass that Chris Jones threw to him. He wanted to play basketball. Well, he wanted to play volleyball with the football, right? But he did on that onside kick. The hypnotized mind of the football, it was just rolling, right? Spinning. And he was the guy that boxed out Hayden Hurst, I believe. And he had his eye still on Julio Jones. And same initials as Jerry Jones, but no relations, right? And he boxed out those guys, and he jumped away. He had his eyes on Julio, boxed out Hayden Hurst, and he jumped on the football. That's cognitive. That's cerebral. That's understanding of the game, making sure that the ball get beyond 10 yards, right? So I got to give him that. And I'm not even talking about the receivers. Man, a lot of people dog Amari Cooper. A lot of people say that he's this and he's that. But without Amari Cooper, I don't think we win this game. I don't think we win this game. Let me say it again. I don't think we win this game. Why, Law? Well, because they still roll coverage his way. He did catch a crucial catch down the middle of the field, whether it be one hand. Yes, he had a drop or what have you, but he still caught a crucial catch. And think about the coverages that allows Michael Gallup to be freed up on a, less important defensive back. The same thing with my dog, the young phenom, CeeDee Lamb. You see, this wide receiver, they are working in as one unit, but every individual guy can say to themselves, man, it's good that they roll in coverage Amari Cooper's way. So don't be looking at the stats and being like, oh, wow, such and such had this, such and such had that. Just think that everybody is really thinking about, okay, we got to understand Coop. And Coop looks a little gimpy a little bit. That next level speed that he used to have is really not all the way there. But I will say this team, if we can just learn from what we did and iron out our errors, man, oh man, this thing will go further than what we think. Now, I do know that we were not polished the way we should have been, but I want people to go back and look at that drive, the first drive that we scored on. That is the Dallas Cowboys team I want to see. They featured Ezekiel Elliott and CeeDee Lamb, and especially CeeDee Lamb had an end around. It was so good, that drive. I was sitting there saying, if the Cowboys can give us that action, it would be crazy for the entire year. So I look at this game as two tales of two halves. Dak Prescott, since last year, there's been no other quarterback in the NFL threw for more yards in the second half. Some people can chalk it up as, hey, this is just empty calorie stats and that the Cowboys been down, and that's the reason why Dak Prescott get all of these glorious numbers. No. I think that Dak Prescott get into some type of rhythm, and he knows the flow of the game by the second half. You might as well say, I used to say fourth quarter Dak, but now it's second half Dak. And Dak, he's doing a great job of the command of the team. And I look at it and I said on my live feed, The only person that I'm really upset, I understand. I flat out do understand Connor Williams is just Connor Williams, right? He gonna fight. He gonna try to fight, and he's gonna get beat up. That's basically Connor Williams. That's the story of his life. And I understand Tyron Smith. We know how those issues go. Brandon Knight just had a hell of a job protecting that blind side of Dak Prescott. But the person that I'm really kind of like, come on, man, is La'el Collins. By him being out, we don't see the full potentials of this particular offense. We look sloppy out there. The right side is really dangerous right now. If you think I'm lying, look up the facts. Look up the facts. When Ezekiel Elliott tried to run to his right, he got the opposition staring right down at him like a bullet in a chamber. They're like, you're sitting like, I'm ready to explode and knock out everything. Now, the defense, I got to give shout out to Diggs. They could have had collectively, he could have had 2 interceptions, basically. One the first game and one this game. And his defense, Worley dropped 1. He could have had him an interception. Looks like if he would have grabbed it, it would have been a pick 6. Shout out to Worley. And there was another chance and an opportunity for my dog, Cheeto Awuzie on Ridley. I mean, the ball was right there on his fingertips. Those are 3 opportunities. And I flat out believe that in a pinch, if this defense, get on the same page, those interceptions that could have happened will happen. So it's not how you start, it's how you finish, Cowboy Nation. And hopefully around week, let me push it back because I got to push it back. I'm going to give myself a little room, right? Around week 4, week 5, basically. Maybe the defense say, hello, I'm here. Bring me to the party because we're not getting the pressure that I want to see, really. We had 1 sack, man. Had a lot of pressure, though. And even though we can say that, yeah, we did good against the run, and on some of those pivotal downs and the pivotal moments, Ryan, he got those first down. I think he only had like 16 yards rushing or something like that. But they came at pivotal times, and they was able to get the first down. I love Jalen Smith. I love his tenacity. I love his approach to the game. But in coverage, he is a liability in coverage. He was there. He blocked down, batted down a ball from Hayden Hurst, which was okay, which was cool. But teams are going to look at his sideline to sideline movement. And if it was on a drag route or what have you, or one of those bubbles, man, Jalen got to reel it in a little bit, but he performed better than what he did this week than he did last week, if we can put those in those type of parameters. Cowboy Nation, let's figure this thing out. Let's continue to grind to shine. I really appreciate everybody that's tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this content. Let that friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk and Beyond. We'll finish this up. Shout out to Deion Sanders, prime time, prime coach now. He's coaching up my alum, Jackson State, Jackson State, DEI love. So shout out to Deion Primetime Sanders. I will be talking more about that down the line. I can't wait to see what he can do for the program, bring in other talents and things like that. He deserved it. I saw the quick press conference. He was very emotional about it. So hopefully he can use that energy to help lift my crazy team down there in Jackson State. We're going to have to get this thing going. And y'all already know Alcorn. We coming for y'all. We coming for y'all. That's the only team that I really want to be there every year. It's those crazy Alcorn. Southern, they okay. The Southern okay, But it's Alcorn that I want to be, especially because I'm from Natchez. And y'all guys already know how that thing go. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go prime time, baby, for your mind. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Hey, we 1-1. We 1-1. So anything can happen right now. And Washington team, you holding that spot for a moment because you beat a divisional foe. We coming. Let's go.